And welcome guys to a nice little video. Now this one's more of a vlog style and things like that because I really don't. I just went and got a new CPU cooler and stuff like that, and well, I don't know if I'm going to be satisfied with it because it still runs like kind of not so great, not to my satisfaction. That's just the way it is though. Sometimes some stuff will run the way you expect it to, and other times it's just not pleasing. But in any case, we're going to have to get something going on here. Now, if you've been wondering why I've been having a lot of rimworld lately and nothing else, it's just because of my computer's CPU cooler has been down. I go to my friend's house and he'll let me record some rimworld and things, so it's not like I'm completely like just disavowing and not doing anything. And you know, I think you guys need some content and stuff. You know, I mean, there's no reason not to. And what do we need? We need a scriptable object equal resources load. And what I really love about this is you can resource.load, and all you have to do is put a string path. It'll automatically start at the resources path, but you can also go in here and put players, then go in here and plus object name. So now we have a scriptable object, and then return our temporary variable. And this will give us a new thing every single time. But we do need something that's going to be a scriptable object, which is kind of nice. So we'll do class player and have it go into scriptable object, just like we would anything else. Must be public, and I don't think it has to be a scriptable, but we'll do it anyway. Now we can go into player, and this will become more important later on. Player only needs to be in existence once. Instead of get object, get player. And in complete definition of truth, we always should have a static string player name. Okay, we should always have a player name, because if we load up any type of other types of information, we need to know the player's name. But yeah, I've been wanting to get stuff with you guys and everything like that, but my little computer that I bought just for tutorials and stuff hasn't been able to go and work right now because of that. And you know, now some of you might be thinking, it's not so great for us to do our a bunch of rimworld. Actually, believe it or not, rimworld has not affected the channel. It's actually been made a very good impact on our channel anyway, because here's what happens. People don't see the programming stuff. They'll see rimworld and they'll be like, oh, let's just check this out. Okay? And what ends up going on is they end up watching it. So which is good. I mean, they watch it and it helps the channel because we get revenue off of it and stuff. And that revenue just ends up enabling us for more content later on, stuff like that. I mean, that's what I bought this computer off of. I went and got the cooler for. Just money from donations and stuff like that for you guys. And, you know, actually, believe it or not, there is one thing that I think is going to be coming to the channel, and that is some episodes of Stardew Valley. I was playing the game with my buddies and everything else, and he wanted to get back on it and things, but he was like, yeah, it's a good game, dude. You should like do some videos on it and chill out, and you know, that way your players and people on your channel can like relax with something different. He's like, rimworld's good and all, but dude, you gotta change up a little. Do some 2D stuff. I'm like, I don't know. So here's like this kind of suggestion box in there. See, my main computer, my biggest one, is still down. I should have probably bought a power supply instead of this computer, but you know, going back and forth to school and everything else, and I was like, man, a laptop would make it very easy to do these recordings. So when I'm in between classes, I can like record some stuff for you guys instead of just sitting there. And I can't just run home and then come back, because that would be like 2 hours worth of drive, and it'd be crazy. And no one would want to. No one would want to do something crazy like that. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't. I wouldn't go and drive, because I would have like an arm and a leg just in fuel. Right? And But yeah, that's what's up. And it's not like, trust me, I'd rather do this kind of stuff with files and object pooling and stuff like that. But I've also been doing a lot of I took a class that they got up there at the school for doing geometry stuff like players and animations and stuff. And it cost me another freaking 300 some bucks, but they do a lot of stuff with Substance Painter and animations and stuff with Maya. It's going to be really, really interesting. So I hope to learn something from that and be able to bring it into the channel. Like, hey, look at this. This is what I learned in class today, and it's kind of cool, right? It would be really neat. And you know, here's the thing about this. Okay, you guys will see like this player. Well, look at this. We got a player right here. Okay. Now, somebody was asking me about, well, dude, like, what are we supposed to do to try to get something like this working when we have to go in the code and change this stuff? You don't have to go into the code. You just have to do a function to set everything. Okay? Basically, that's all you need to do. And I'm going to show you guys how to do that. With this player styles, we're going to do it. Alright? Because we're going to have soldier, maybe like various different versions of it, like girl, guy, you know, just all around. So we know we got a jump speed, fall speed, blast speed. We basically have all this crap here. So really, what we should do is have all that crap here, right? Except we don't have this kind of crap here. We need to make these public so they'll serialize, right? Well, we can see them. Okay. Now, every player is going to have this kind of crap, right? Height, all that. Well, we're not going to have height. We're not going to have it. That's just stupid. Blast speed, no. Okay, so we know we've got this, and this. Let's just make this not so retardedly looking and go public. And you're going to be dumb because it's trying to compile and do stuff. Come on. There we go. Typey tighty. Oh, I gotta substitute it, tell it what it is. And there we go. So now we've got this, and we've got something scriptable, okay? But what drives me nuts is people are like, oh my god, you can't do this, blah. You know what? There's a great thing about having it scriptable versus a file, okay? Scriptable objects are really great because you can put game objects in here. You can go in here and put game object, where a regular file you can't. Now you can't change the values in here, which is fine because we're not going to be changing that anyway. I mean, we're not going to be modifying our speed or anything like that. But we're going to be using it in the start here. Do we have a start? Yes, no. Public player, setup player on a void. Yep, we'll do that on a void. Take some params. It will take a player scriptable. Come on, typey. Player scriptable object. Really? It's public, right? Oh, it's inside the. Oh, yeah, that's right. Can't be doing that. Boo doo 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 doo. Okay, there we go. Player P. Okay, so now we've got this player object that we can call in. So in our game thing, we can do war systems, okay, in the start. But we don't want to do that, do we? C.player. Huh. Dot update. Huh. But the whole idea is to put this player setup function here. And what you'll do is take these private variables, okay, speed, jump speed, and everything else, and have, well, what I would suggest is have these at completely nothing, except the height. The height, don't change that one, or the last speed. But like your regular thing, actually, I'll probably end up eye controller, integrate. Let's go into sneaky stuff. Set. We could initially have it in there, but do we want to? That's the thing. Do we want it to? And the answer is probably yes. Instead of doing this, yeah, we'll just do that this way. We'll go player P equals war systems dot get player as a string. Okay. Did we put it as a normal thing? And I think we did. Get player. Oh, yeah, get player. Okay. Get player. Why is it not showing? Different versions of it. The returns. Obvious. It really, because one returns a string, one returns a player. It won't let me do that? Seriously? I thought it would. I mean, there's no errors and stuff in here, is there? Well, but yeah, it's probably not like let's just put one player stats. Get play. Okay. Oh. But anyway, you do this, you get the war systems to load up. All you gotta do is basically give it a name. It'll go into our resources. It'll do players slash what? Object name. So we have to have a folder that says players in the resources. But this can throw an exception as well. If we don't have one, then it can throw an exception, I believe. But it's really nice because this is a scriptable object. So it obeys the Unity's file system, which is really great for, like, hey, guess what? I want it to do something. Like, I don't know. Debuggy log p and go there. Okay, and there we go. Because we can make it resource loading, which is kind of nice. But in any case, you know, you always got that boundary for well, if you think about it, if you're trying to load a game object out of memory and stuff, you're gonna probably do it through resources or streaming assets or a bundle or various other things, but you're still going to be loading it at runtime. You're going to be going through resources, you're going to be through Steam, streaming assets. I mean, there's always something. And you can't serialize a game object. It just won't let you at all, because it's not something that you can do. Okay? Which kind of sucks. But, I mean, what can you expect? And this returned null. Which is good because I could do a null check for this. That's really nice. Okay. So in our, I could do a null check for this. This is really good. I always thought it like kind of crashy if it did not find something that it liked. You know what I mean? Secondly, I kind of want, does this return a string? Does this return a string? What's the, if I believe, I know this, it's a create asset menu. Okay, and this will require a file name, file order, equals place, let's just call it plays. And I believe that's enough for me to get in the create menu. Not entirely sure because it's been a while since I did it. Seal, motion, mag. You know, sometimes you just can't remember everything, man. Okay, yeah, it was. No script asset for player. Check the definition in the file. What? Huh. That's interesting. Is it because I put it there and doesn't like it? Okay, that's probably something that I need to fix then, right? I mean, need to create a file. Put that over, reload. Take this off. Drive this from scriptable object. Take our war system thing and go in here. Apparently I did not like what we did. Very, very interesting how that played out. Very interesting, guys. We will do this. Let my compiler drive out some of the other stuff. Player. Now we have it in player. Player script. Player script. Player script. Okay. As player script. Okay, so now it should be fine with all this stuff. Soldier 2. Okay, yep. Player script. Okay, that's fine and dandy. But like a lot of it, like when you're loading up for the player status and everything, you don't have to cache it and everything else because all those variables are probably going to be inside there anyway. So you just load up the file, take all the pieces that you want out of it. So it can actually, the thing that you load up can have more. It's not even going to matter. Just go for it. And if you're worried about garbage collection and stuff like that, just go with it and see what it is. Because a lot of times you're just premature optimization that just doesn't get you anywhere, right? I mean, like literally it gets you nowhere. I mean, you could probably get there. You can probably have a crap load of CG going on and everything else, and it'd just be fine. Okay, so yep, that works just the way that I wanted it to. And you might be thinking, War, why did you do it this way and stuff? Well, it's simple. It doesn't like this class being anything by itself. Okay, it wants to be loaded up like that. Players, I'm going to be putting this all in a players folder. Okay. There's a function that I'm going to be using anyway. That's using system.io. If file dot no, I don't think it's in. Is it directory? Directory? Could I use this in here? And I don't know if I actually can. This does a... That's crazy. So how could I test for Unity's API for the resources actual directory itself? Now I'm not like completely a butthead and want to go, hey, let's just not do it entirely, because it's actually something that should you actually should be able to. I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't let you. I mean, God's honest truth, why path? Okay. Get directory name. Return the name of the components. Get directory name. Okay, so like some stuff that Unity does doesn't make sense to me. Like literally it doesn't make sense. Like there's like overloads and different stuff for like textures. I don't understand why they didn't make it a property in some cases. Resources load asset at path. Unload public static object. It returns a object, which doesn't return a target folder. When it isn't, the function will load the entire contents of the resources folder, which is bad. So the path for the resources folder is not subjugated to the slashes and stuff. That is really retarded. I cannot check for a directory. Cannot. That would be really retarded. I would literally no, that's not what I want. File directory. Yeah, this is not cool. Why does it always go to logger instead of log? File, blah blah blah. There we go. Let's see what it comes up with that. Because I'm not gonna like just give up. Maybe they just didn't put it into the website, you know, stuff like that. So player is like that. So let's see what happens if we try this. It doesn't return a string. Ah, no. Yeah, we need an overloaded method of it. That's terrible. Why must you do this? Whoa, 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 whoa. Application dot. Gotta be a way to get that thing. Asset is folder, blah blah. What? Asset? No. Engine. Rendering, test, tool. Application. 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 Okay. Because I know they have is mobile persistent data path. Streaming asset path. I want one for the resources, man. That's terrible. Data path. What? What's data path? Mac. Okay. Game data folder. That's terrible. Persistent data path. The value of the directory, blah blah blah, is kept between runs and can be stored, published, and blah blah blah. Point public directory, edit device files won't be erased with each update of the app. However, you should bear in mind that there's no foolproof against users' actions. For example, removing the SKey card, blah 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 blah. So if I really wanted to do something like that, you just pretty much have to use the persistent data path, which is kind of stupid. I don't like it. It's stupid. And you know that's something that drives me nuts. Why can't you get a freaking resources load asset path? That's a thing. Let's just go entirely into here. That's going for name. multiple resources can go. You don't use path names to access. Instead, you expose references, blah, blah, blah. But I don't want to expose references to a game object. That's pretty much junk for me. Okay? Like, literally. Junk. Because if I do something like that, it just... I tell you, man. That's dumb. I don't know, it frustrates me. But, yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know what I've been up to and things like that. Just like an example of, like, right now, dude. Doing something from the resources folder, guess what? You don't exactly get a grand old time when it comes to, you know, finding a directory for the resources folder in code so that you can know something exists or something. That's dumb. But in all fairness, if this doesn't exist, it's just going to throw a null anyway. Okay, which is kind of a null object. So you really don't need to check the directory. But man, I would really love it if I can make it where it would create the directory for me. But apparently it's decided that's not important. It sounds like something that would be important to me, but apparently I'm not bright enough for it or something. But thanks guys for watching, and peace out, everyone.